Ladies, I have to say this to you, and I need you to hear me clearly. When that
Ladies,
man
that
comes
like
to you, right? When that man comes to you and he says, "This is bothering me," I need you to hear me. Do not bring up what he did last week. Don't bring up what he did last month. Don't bring up what he did last.
What's going on, y'all? Man, it's King Cliff holding it down for the cool tip, and I'm right back at you. We're talking about something that's about relationships. Do you want me to introduce this a little bit?
Introduce it.
Okay, because usually I have Sweet, our producer. Shout out to the people, Sweet.
Hi, everyone.
Do a lot of the research, and she brings up a lot of the topics. But this one I saw, and I shot it to her, and we discussed it. So maybe this is a good topic to bring, to kind of bring some diversity. So this one, young lady is talking about communication, right, and creating a safe space for, I guess in particular, men to talk to their women about their complaints about relationships or what is in the relationship and how not to deflect and things like that. And I guess we're going to check this out and then kind of talk about it from both angles, men's angle, women's angle, and both sides of the coin. Check it out. During arguments, things of that nature. Let's check it out.
Ladies, I have to say this to you, and I need you to hear me clearly. When that
Ladies,
man
that
comes
like
to you, right? When that man comes to you and he says, "This is bothering me," I need you to hear me. Do not bring up what he did last week. Don't bring up what he did last month. Don't bring up what he did last year. You said you forgave him. You said you forgave that man. When he brings up your emotions, do not say, "Well, you did blah, blah,
That's
blah."
when men go
He
silent.
is shutting down. You are not creating a safe space. You are creating a little bit more turmoil. Because what he's going to do is he's going to get defensive. He's either going to walk away from you, he's going to shut down and stop talking, and you're going to wonder why he's not speaking. Because you didn't hear him at that first level when he met you. He chose to meet you and say, this is this. When you did X, Y, and Z, this is how I felt. Well, you did. You said, you smiled at her. He's going to be like, that's not about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when you brought that
insecurity,
up,
because you're dealing with that inside you.
Yes.
So and I say that because it may not be intentional.
No, it's not.
I was in it. This is why I'm saying it, women. I was pretty strong, but if I had any kind of insecurity in me, which I did, and that came up, I had to learn that. I was like, whoa. I'm in this moment subconsciously making this about me because of something he said that I have to deal with in me. And so you have to break that. So go in, and even if you're not there, tell yourself, no matter what, because I've opened up the space, I can deal with my insecurities later. This isn't about that. No matter even.
As you heard that, Sweet, why don't you let me know from a woman's perspective if you agree with this lady first?
I agree with her.
Whatever.
But I will say it's hard, no matter who it is, if you're a man or a woman, and I agree that we should make a safe space for the other person to say, you made me feel this way. You know, you made me feel like when you did this, you know, and to be there and sit and take it. But I think it's hard for anyone, not just women, to sit there and not be like, well, when you did this, it made me do that. I don't think it's just a woman's thing.
Right.
But I do think that I agree with her. We should all be able to sit there and let them speak and feel heard and appreciated.
Yeah.
Before saying, well, if you hadn't done this, I wouldn't have done this.
Right. I agree with her as well. I do agree with the point that I think everybody can, suffer from that. I think that's more when it gets into the competitive realm. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, where we're going back and forth versus hearing one another, we're trying to prove our point. You dig? I think that's where it starts to get into a thing where instead of giving the validation or acknowledging, hey, I hear what you're saying, and then addressing that, we immediately go to, well, this would have never happened if this didn't happen, or what have you. And I think everybody can suffer from it. I think the reason why she brought it up to women is because, everybody can suffer from it, but I think, even women and some men, I'll say men and some women may feel that that's more a defensive, reflective trait that women possess. But I said in the original that everybody can suffer from this, just like you did, and not to make it a gender thing, but I think even though I said, men are supposed to have accountability, there are some men that don't do accountability, right? And so they might go straight to deflection. They might go straight to that. But I think that when it becomes both parties, generally it becomes either, and like she says, some dudes are just shut down, but the dude that's still combative, because I have to, I'm one of those guys, that have to, catch myself. And I even used to say that, hey, if I'm arguing, at least I'm engaged. Once I shut down, then that's a different thing. And I think that's what she's talking about, where some men may shut down and then just fuck it all together. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and also women are usually more, like we say the way we feel or how things make us feel more than men do. So when a man comes and says, "Hey, you made me feel this way," as women, we should kind of give y'all, because you don't do that as much. Men don't speak about emotions as much
or feel
feelings.
comfortable to and shit. Yeah.
So when we instantly do that to you guys, like that's one of the reasons why most men don't.
I think another thing too, and I'm gonna say two things that just hit my brain. I think another thing too is like, a lot of times men, the stereotype is that many times when a man is vulnerable with a woman, that can be used against him at some point down the line, right? And sometimes, and a lot of times they do. That's why stereotypes are stereotypes. They might not be 100%, but they have some merit, because people do that type of shit. And just to not even make an excuse for it, but I think why women do it sometimes is because their mouth is the weapon. They know that they might not be able to beat you like this, but they can definitely beat you or hurt you at least, stun you with this, right? So they might use that thing that you said that was, pillow talk or vulnerable or whatever the case may be, against you. And then they know it wounds you because it stops you. Like, oh shit, bitch, what? You know what I'm saying? I also want to say that I said this in the first video too. The reason why it's important to actually listen and try to do these things, because everybody wants to be validated when they saying stuff about their feelings, right? So I remember I was dating this girl and I told her, let me first acknowledge that I hear what you're saying. I feel where you at, you know what I mean, before I move on. And I was doing that, trying to like kind of set an example. Like, hey, this is how dialogue should go. Like, I hear you. You understand? I accept that. Okay. Then go on to my point. And I think that's what she's saying, even for women. We should have it. To me, it just seems like a healthy way to converse. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just wait. They're listening to talk or waiting to, you know what I mean? And they're like, yeah. And they're just waiting to say their point. And you don't even feel like they heard your point or addressed your point. Or when they hear your point, they're not even answering what it is they go right to something else to make their position validated and to invalidate yours. You see what I'm saying? And then it becomes where we're doing this instead of meeting here. You feel me? I'm saying this, you say this, and I ain't even talking about that. And then it's like, well, what the you see what I'm saying? And nothing is getting heard, nothing is getting solved. It just becomes a whirlwind. And then eventually somebody bails out, or both, you know what I mean? And then it becomes explosive. And then you have a whole new problem on top of the problem that you already had. You see what I'm saying? So now you have this problem that's not getting resolved. You have this problem that's on top of it that's just got created because of why you're trying to resolve it. Because now you're mad at each other because of not hearing one another or going back and forth or being deflected. So now this just becomes a long-winded cycle of shit. You almost forgot about the original problem that's still there. That when this gets resolved, you still got to deal with this one. And so, it's nothing new under the sun. It's a conversation that many people have to have. Is there anything else that you feel about this subject?
I mean, I feel like it's something that, like, again, I'm gonna stick with. We can all learn to be a little more validating and not shutting, like,
and accommodating. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I agree with you. I think in the end of the day, accountability is not just for men; it's for everybody. And in a relationship, somebody has to lead and somebody has to follow. And even if you're equal, there's still somebody that's like that. And I think that sometimes when examples are being made, people should follow suit. But there should be some kind of way to make communication work, because communication rules the nation. Communication rules relationships. Without that, you really don't have much, because you can't never grow through the problems that you have. And so that's why they say it's essential. And so I do agree with Ms. Sweet that, you know, it's something that everybody can learn from and grow from. And yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. If there's something else from Ms. Sweet, man, I guess we're gonna go ahead and shut this out. I would love to hear you guys' comments as well on this topic. Maybe we'll come back and do another update. We'll see. And I'll see you cool kids at the cool table next time. Deuces.